Ethan Ward, a young human engineer, moved to the peaceful alien world ARIELLE4 for a new high-pay job. He expected silence, calm, maybe a boring life. But the moment he arrived at his new apartment block, he froze. Every neighbor he saw was an alien woman. Different species, different colors, different eyes, all staring at him with the same strange expression, interest, or fear, or hunger, he couldn't understand. Whenever he looked at them, they quickly turned away. Whenever he passed them, they whispered something. One sentence scared him the most: a human? Here? Why now? This begins the mystery. Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ethan Ward had always believed he lived a normal, unexciting life. He worked as an engineer, enjoyed quiet evenings, and rarely looked for trouble. When the opportunity came to take a job on the alien planet ARIELLE4, he accepted mostly out of curiosity. The planet was known for peace, clean air, beautiful crystal landscapes, and advanced technology. People described it as a perfect place for anyone who wanted stability and comfort. He expected calmness. He expected silence. He expected a predictable life. He did not expect what happened as soon as he arrived. The moment Ethan stepped off the arrival shuttle, he realized something was strange. Almost every person around him stopped and stared. The species on ARIELLE4 were diverse, with many alien cultures living together, but there was one thing he noticed immediately. Every single person staring at him was a woman. Not one male anywhere. Some women had glowing skin that shifted colors like water. Some had large, bright eyes that reflected the sky. Others had hair like soft flames, or crystal-like shells covering parts of their bodies. They were all beautiful in their own alien ways, but what scared Ethan was not their appearance, it was the way they looked at him. Some looked surprised, some looked nervous, some looked almost afraid, but all eyes were on him. Ethan pulled his suitcase closer and tried to act normal. He told himself it was probably because humans were rare here. ARIELLE4 was far from human space, and maybe people simply weren't used to seeing his kind. He walked through the transportation hall and headed toward the transport tube that would take him to his new apartment building. But everywhere he walked, whispers followed him. Is that really a human? I thought humans stopped coming here. Why would he arrive now? Do you think it means something? Ethan pretended he didn't hear. He just wanted to reach his apartment, unpack, and rest. The transport tube carried him through the shining city, where buildings curled like silver ribbons in floating crystals hovered above the streets. It was beautiful and peaceful, but the stairs did not stop. Finally, he reached his new home, Starhaven Residence, a tall, shimmering tower that looked like a piece of art carved from moonlight. The building was supposed to be a premium residence, so Ethan expected a warm welcome or at least a normal reception. Instead, the lobby was completely empty. There were no workers, no welcoming staff, not even a greeting hologram. Just a silent hall with smooth white floors and tall windows that showed the purple sky outside. Then, without him touching anything, the elevator doors opened. Inside stood a tall woman with blue skin and silver hair. Her eyes were pale and almost glowing. She stared at him with an unreadable expression. Ethan gave a polite smile. Hello. She did not answer. She simply raised her hand and motioned for him to enter the elevator. Ethan stepped inside cautiously. The doors slid shut behind him. As the elevator moved upward, the woman continued staring at him without blinking. Her expression never changed. Ethan felt the air tighten around him. He had never been in such a silent and uncomfortable elevator ride in his life. Trying to be friendly, he said, My name is Ethan. I'm the new resident. Still nothing. Seconds passed. The elevator hummed softly. Then, just as the doors opened on the 12th floor, she spoke in a quiet, cold voice. You should not have come here, human. The doors opened fully before Ethan could respond, and the woman walked away quickly, disappearing down a hallway without looking back. Ethan stood in the elevator for a moment, stunned. What did she mean by that? Why shouldn't he have come? He shook off the uneasy feeling and found his room, apartment 12B. It opened automatically when he approached, scanning his identification. Inside, the apartment was bright, clean, and surprisingly comfortable. Large windows looked out over the city, where glowing birds drifted in the sky like slow-moving sparks. For a moment, things felt normal again. Ethan unpacked, placed his clothes in drawers, checked the kitchen, and inspected the small work desk where he would use his engineering tools. The apartment was perfect, almost too perfect. Everything worked automatically, and there was a soft calming fragrance in the air. But even when he tried to relax, he felt something strange. It felt like he was being watched. Several times, he heard soft movement outside the door, small footsteps, a quiet shuffle, then silence. When he opened the door to check, the hallway was empty, but he heard doors closing softly, as if someone had rushed back inside their apartment the moment he stepped out. That night, Ethan struggled to sleep. His mind replayed the strange elevator ride and the cold warning from the blue-skinned woman. Every whisper he heard earlier now seemed heavier. Near midnight, he finally drifted to sleep. But a sound woke him. Someone was faintly knocking on his door. He sat up quickly, heart racing. The knock came again, soft but slow, as if the person wasn't in a hurry. Ethan walked to the door and listened. A voice whispered through the door, soft and gentle. "Please open, please, I need help." The voice sounded like a young woman crying. Every instinct told him not to open the door at this hour, especially after the strange warning earlier, but the voice sounded so real, so sad, that he hesitated. He placed a hand against the door. "Who is it?" Ethan asked. The voice stopped instantly. The air went quiet. For several seconds, there was no sound at all. Then the voice returned, but something was different this time. The tone was colder, almost metallic. "Please open, Ethan." Ethan froze completely. He had never told anyone his name. Without making a sound, he stepped back from the door. His pulse hammered in his chest. Something about that voice felt wrong, too flat, too empty. The crying tone was gone. The voice repeated his name 2 more times before it faded away slowly, like fog disappearing. The footsteps outside grew distant. Ethan did not sleep again until morning. The mandatory invitation when he woke up, he felt exhausted. But something outside his door grabbed his attention immediately, a small glowing note stuck to the metal surface. "Dinner at apartment 3F. Mandatory." Ethan frowned. Mandatory? What kind of building required dinner meetings? But he assumed it was part of the local culture, so he decided to attend. That evening, he knocked on the door of apartment 3F. It opened instantly. Inside, 3 alien women sat around a crystal dining table. Ethan recognized the blue-skinned woman from the elevator. She introduced herself as Lyra. The second woman, Myra, had short hair and bright purple eyes that sparkled when she smiled. The third, Sayla, was tall and insectoid, with chitin armor on her arms and legs but a surprisingly soft voice. They invited him to sit. But what followed did not feel like a normal welcome dinner. They asked him questions, many questions. Do humans breathe differently? Is it true human bones are very strong? How fast does human skin heal compared to ours? How does your heart work? Ethan answered what he could, but each question felt stranger than the last. It felt less like a conversation and more like a test. During the meal, the lights flickered and a low vibration ran through the floor. Sayla looked toward the ceiling, alarmed, but Lyra quickly shook her head, warning her to stay quiet. Ethan noticed. He wanted to know what was going on. After dinner, Lyra walked him back to his apartment. Before he entered, she stopped him with a firm grip on his arm. "Listen carefully," she said quietly. "Tonight you must stay inside your apartment. Do not unlock your door. Do not open it for anyone. If someone calls your name, ignore it. If someone knocks, ignore it. Even if the person behind the door looks like me, do not open it." Ethan felt fear rise in his throat. But why? What is happening? Lyra lowered her eyes. "You are the first human to live here in many years. Humans carry something special, something extremely rare. Some people will want to protect you. Others may want to use you. And some will want to take you." She stepped back and whispered, "Please trust me. Stay inside tonight." She left before he could ask more. The activation Ethan stayed awake late into the night. Around 2 in the morning, the building shook again, stronger than before. A deep sound echoed from somewhere below, almost like a heartbeat. A faint glow leaked through the cracks in the hallway floor, lighting the corridor outside. Moments later, his door unlocked on its own. Ethan jumped up in panic. Standing outside was Lyra. She looked terrified. "The ancient machine under the building just activated," she said breathlessly. "And it's reacting to your presence." Ethan stared at her, unable to speak. Before he could ask anything, the ground beneath them vibrated, and a hidden panel in the hallway opened, revealing a glowing staircase descending into darkness. Lyra grabbed his hand tightly. "We have no time. If the machine woke up, then others will sense it soon. And if they learn there is a human here, they will come for you." Ethan swallowed hard, fear and shock filling him. Come with me, Lyra said urgently. If you want to survive, you must come now. Ethan looked at the glowing stairs, the darkness below, and the mysterious symbols shining on the walls. He took a deep breath and stepped into the unknown. Ethan followed Lyra down the glowing stairs even though every instinct told him to run back to his room. The air grew colder the deeper they went, and the light from above slowly faded until only the strange symbols carved into the walls gave off a soft blue glow. Myra and Sayla joined them halfway down, each of them tense, breathing fast, eyes scanning every shadow. The stairs led to a large underground chamber that looked completely different from the modern city above. The walls were smooth metal, yet somehow ancient, like they were built long before any of the species on the planet existed. The floor had circular patterns that pulsed with faint light, and the entire room hummed with an energy Ethan could feel in his bones. At the center stood a tall metallic HFY, shimmering like a mirror made of liquid silver. Ethan stared at it. What is that? Lyra stepped beside him. We call it the Ancient Gate. It has been sleeping for centuries. Only humans can wake it. Ethan took a slow breath. Why? What does a human have to do with this? Myra looked at him with sympathy. We don't know everything, but legends say humans were once connected to the builders of these machines. Your body, your biology, something inside you acts like a key. Sayla added, when you arrived on the planet, the gate sensed your presence and began to activate. Ethan felt a mix of fear and disbelief. He had taken the job because he wanted a quiet life, not because he expected to be connected to ancient cosmic technology. We brought you down here, Lyra said gently, not to force you into anything, but to keep you safe. If others find out the gate awakened, you will be hunted. Ethan swallowed hard. Why would they hunt me? Because the gate can change everything, Sayla answered. It can open paths to lost worlds, forgotten technology, or power no one should have. The moment it wakes, everyone will want control over it. Myra stepped closer to Ethan. And to control it, they need you. Ethan rubbed his forehead, trying to think. So what do I do? Turn it off? Run away? Hide? Lyra placed a hand on his arm. First, you must understand it. You must see what it wants from you. The gate pulsed brighter, as if responding to the sound of their voices. A soft voice echoed through the chamber. Not a person's voice. The machine itself was speaking. Human detected. Identification required. Ethan froze. It's talking to me. Myra nodded. Only you can hear its full message. For us, it is only a vibration. The gate pulsed again. Approach the center circle. Ethan felt his heart racing. What happens if I do? Lyra touched his shoulder. We don't know exactly, but we will be here with you. He looked at the three women. They were scared too, but they stood beside him anyway. Their loyalty in this moment gave him strength. He stepped into the center circle. The ground lit up beneath his feet. The archway rippled like water. A warm energy wrapped around Ethan's body, making his hair rise and his skin tingle. The machine's voice echoed, human code accepted. Memory link initializing. Before Ethan could ask what that meant, the chamber around him faded. Darkness replaced everything. Then, images flashed before his eyes. He saw tall beings, humanoid but not human, building gateways between worlds. He saw humans beside them, working together, laughing, exploring galaxies. He saw wars that shattered stars, machines that swallowed planets, and a final desperate decision by the ancient builders: hide everything until Ans returned. Then the vision ended. Ethan gasped and fell to his knees. Lyra rushed forward and held him up. What did you see? She asked. Ethan pressed a hand to his chest. Humans were part of them. The builders. They trusted humans to reopen their technology someday. Myra's eyes widened. Then it's true. The legends are real. Sayla looked at the glowing gate. If this is the first machine to awaken, more will follow. Before Ethan could respond, the ground shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. The lights flickered violently. Lyra's expression darkened. They found us. Myra's breath caught. Already? That fast? Sayla nodded grimly. Someone must have sensed the activation. Ethan heard a distant explosion from somewhere above. The air pressure shifted. Machinery groaned. Ethan looked at the women. Who is coming? Lyra met his eyes. A faction called the Seekers. They believe the ancient machines belong to them. They will take any human they find and force them to open every gate, no matter the cost. Ethan clenched his fists. Why didn't anyone stop them? Because they are powerful, Sayla said. And they never stop hunting. The room shook again, harder this time. The elevator above them screeched. Distant shouting echoed down the stairway. Myra grabbed Ethan's hand. We need to move, right now. They rushed toward a narrow passage at the back of the chamber. As they ran, Ethan looked back at the gate. It pulsed once more, as if calling to him. Human, return when safe, it whispered in his mind. Ethan didn't understand how, but the machine's voice felt warm, almost protective. Sayla urged him forward. Go. We don't have much time. They sprinted down the passage as the chamber behind them exploded in sparks. A heavy metallic door slid shut, sealing off the entrance. But just as they started down the next tunnel, the lights above them shattered. A figure stepped out of the darkness behind the glass wall. It was a woman, tall, armored, and with sharp red markings glowing across her skin. Her eyes burned with golden fire. She smiled coldly when she saw Ethan. That's him, she said. The human key. More armored women appeared behind her, each carrying weapons that hummed with energy. Myra pulled Ethan behind her. The Seekers are here. Lyra, what do we do? Lyra's voice was calm but tense. We escape, and we protect him, no matter what. Sayla tapped a section of the wall. A hidden door slid open, leading to a lower tunnel. Go. They plunged inside just as energy blasts struck the wall behind them. The tunnel echoed with loud impacts as the Seekers tried to break through. The tunnel twisted and turned like a maze. Ethan struggled to keep up, but Lyra stayed beside him, guiding him forward. At last, they reach a small underground transport pod, an escape vehicle built long ago. Sayla climbed into the control seat. Everyone inside. Ethan followed, and Lyra and Myra squeezed in after him. The pod sealed shut and launched forward with a powerful burst, speeding through a narrow tube beneath the city. Ethan pressed a hand to his chest, trying to steady his breathing. I can't believe this is happening. I came here for a job. Just a job. Myra leaned closer with a gentle smile. Sometimes the universe chooses people who don't expect it. Lyra nodded. And you're chosen, for a reason we may not fully understand yet. Sayla stared ahead, focused on piloting. The Seekers won't stop. They will chase us. They will burn cities to find you if they think you can unlock the remaining machines. Ethan swallowed. How many machines are there? A network across the whole planet, Lyra said. Some hidden in mountains, others under oceans, some in the sky. If they all activate, no one knows what will happen. Myra whispered, we need to reach the sanctuary. They can protect us. Ethan turned to her. Who are they? A group that believes in preserving peace, she explained. They don't want the machines misused. They will help keep you safe. The pod finally slowed down and stopped. The door slid open to reveal a hidden underground base, softly lit and filled with strange consoles and symbols. A group of alien women turned as they entered, each one different in species but united in purpose. One stepped forward, elderly but strong, with eyes that seemed to see through everything. Welcome, she said. You must be the human the gate has chosen. Ethan felt small under her gaze. I didn't choose anything. I don't even understand what's happening. She smiled softly. You will, in time. The machines awoke because the galaxy is entering a dangerous age. Your presence is not the cause. It is the answer. Ethan blinked. The answer to what? To the question all civilizations fear, the elder said gently. How do we survive what comes next? Lyra placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. We will protect you, but you must trust us. Ethan breathed slowly. He had come to this planet thinking he would live a peaceful life among new technology and calm alien neighbors. Instead, he had become the key to ancient cosmic power, hunted by a ruthless faction, and protected by 3 alien women who barely knew him but risked everything for him. Ethan looked at them, Lyra, Myra, Sayla, and felt something change inside him. He was scared, yes. But he was not alone. The elder stepped forward again. Rest for now. Tomorrow, you will begin learning who you truly are, and what the machines remember about your kind. Ethan nodded slowly. For the first time since arriving on Ari. L4, he felt a spark of purpose. He wasn't just an engineer anymore. He was part of something ancient, something waiting for him for thousands of years. And his journey had only just begun. End.